Hello, everybody, and welcome to a very special episode of Ace Attorney. Today is the Father's Day special, and Phoenix is going to be voiced by our resident lawyer guy, who's not actually a lawyer.
Nice.
Marco.
I'm a lawyer. I can be a lawyer. I could.
Marco's gonna be Phoenix.
I thought about being a lawyer before.
Cool. Anyway.
Decided not to. Oh wait, this actually works perfect because he's the dad of Trucy.
Yeah, well, he's Trucy's dad.
The dad that steps up.
The dad that stepped up.
Yeah, because the other one died.
Anyway,
Okay. That's right. I get to play as Phoenix, Wright.
Let's go.
Turnabout Succession.
Trial 7 years ago. Trial 7 years ago.
Dang. Showdown time.
Yeah.
I lost?
I lost. I don't even know.
Who's speaking? We could do it. We could try speaking at the same time.
The men I killed.
Well, seems I found the partner I've been looking for all along. Oh, I think it's the magician.
Over a game of cards. I'm gonna be playing him since you're Phoenix.
Okay. That's how we first met, 7 years ago.
You're still gonna be Valant, though.
Ah, Valant is such a flashy man.
Yes. And now he's 7 years younger.
Shoot, I gotta make him sound younger? Alright, I gotta sound like a younger Valant.
April 19, 9:27 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2.
Oh, does that mean I have that lady that wears a kimono as my companion this time?
No. Maya's still training.
Oh, okay. It's okay. It's been a long time since I've felt like such a rookie. Gotta try and relax. Ah, good morning, Mr. Enigmar.
I'm sorry to have sprung this on you so suddenly.
I received the files from your previous attorney only yesterday. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure I'm prepared.
I understand. I am asking the impossible of you. Hi, Vex.
Yes, well, you haven't really told me what happened yet. All we did was play cards.
And that was enough.
Actually, it wasn't. Trust me. Oh my god!
Ooh! Morning, Daddy! Oh, I'm so glad you came. You okay, Daddy? They picking on you? I am fine, as always. Baby! This little boy is here to...
My mouth dropped. I stood silent for a while. I have a huge ass grin.
I know, she's so cute.
I just want to give her a popsicle. Oh, speaking of popsicles, 1 second.
Yeah, grab your popsicles. This little boy is here to help me, after all. That's young man to you. Gods, I love Trucy. Oh, she's so dang cute. you here? Marco? Did you get your popsicles? Marco? Marco, say polo. I don't know what happened to him. He's dead now.
Okay, so there are no popsicles, but I have ice cream.
Cool. That'll be
Yeah,
Phoenix's favorite food.
Yep, and I'll explain this ice cream because it's actually a culture thing. In a moment. That young man to you. Good morning. That's a cute outfit you have on.
Thanks.
I think it would look nice on a blue.
Thanks. My first show's today, after all.
Oh, I'm sure it is. What the heck is she talking about? What?
Oh, old boy.
Me? Look, what's he started? Look what he started.
Here.
It seems fate clock will make. Oh, what's this? It seems fate clock will make me wait a little longer. At least only less than 10 swift minutes remain. To all those who have supported me in my life's work, I give thanks. Farewell. Magnifique Gramarye.
I don't know, I just got it over there in the hall. They told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit with the spiky hair. They said it was really important.
Not that old.
What's this? A memo for you or some such?
No, not from the looks of it. Yeah, once we get to the pause or something, I'll explain this ice cream in a moment. What is this? Looks like a page from someone's diary. I'll give it a read later.
Worst decision of his life. Notebook page added to the court record. Well, how do you feel about the trial today?
Well, we'll get through it somehow. Incidentally, the prosecutor today is a new guy, I hear.
Yeah, they didn't have the budget to hire Edgeworth again, so you're getting discount Edgeworth.
Oh my gosh, no, I'm getting Dark Sonic instead of Shadow. Actually, Dark Sonic is dope still. Have you seen sorry, off topic. Have you seen Sonic X?
I have not seen Sonic X, but it's on my watch
I love
list.
I love it. I won't spoil anything about it then. Alright. Sorry,
It's me.
my bad.
An easy win then, yes?
They're calling him a true thoroughbred in the history of the prosecutor office.
Thoroughbred?
Thoroughbred?
Thoroughbred, yeah.
Thoroughbred. Of course, there's only one of those every year.
The switching of attorneys just before the trial. I know it is a difficult situation I put you in, but allow me to say one thing, Mr. Wright.
Yes, you can only say one thing though.
They will not be able to pronounce me guilty today. So, do your best, but do not worry.
That was a good line. First time a defendant ever given me a pep speech. I'll do what I can. I love him.
I see you do not understand. You see, it will be impossible for them to declare a verdict.
Impossible?
Yes. Isn't that right, Trucy?
Yep, you bet, Daddy.
My first look at the case was only yesterday, and the information I was given was a tad bit lacking, to be honest.
I love her so much.
She's so adorable.
I know.
Still, do what I can for their sake.
I believe the curtains will be lifting any time now. I am in your capable hands, Mr. Wright. I am going to eat you with my giant mouth.
How many cookies? I bet you he's great at what Stuffy Bunny? Is that what it's called?
What?
Stuffy Bunny. It's where you have
Stuffy Bunny. Yeah.
I bet he's great at that.
Oh.
My client is Shady Enigmar.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Is it Shady Enigmar?
I pronounce it as Shady because I'm a Yu-Gi-Oh fan, but you can say Shady.
There. Shade. Okay, I'm gonna say Shady Enigmar.
Phoenix cannot pronounce Arabic names.
nor does Apollo.
Yeah.
Alright, known to the world as Zach Gramarye. A widely popular magician star of Troupe Gramarye. His mentor, Magnifi Gramarye, was a rare breed of magician. He single-handedly ushered in a golden age of stage magic until he was shot dead. Boom! Got him! And Zach Gramarye is the suspect.
I have watermelon now.
Nice! So, what about this ice cream? This ice cream has 3 flavors. It's basically a Neapolitan ice cream, but it's Peruvian themed. It's Peruvian ice cream. So, it's vanilla, strawberry, your usual 2. And the third one, it says chocolate, is lucuma, right? And lucuma is a fruit you can only get at... You can't bring the fruit here because it's an invasive species, but you can get powders or you can get little mixes for ice cream, things like that. Or the pulp. That's how I made the ice cream over there in Arizona. And the thing with it, right, a lot of people say it tastes like caramel. I disagree. I think it has its own taste. But if you want a close representative, would be caramel. It's actually really good. It's basically I'm eating basically Peruvian Neapolitan ice cream.
Cool.
Sorry, that's all. This is my favorite ice cream.
No, yeah.
April 19th.
That sounds really yummy.
Oh, he's like 7 years younger, but he's still old.
Yeah, he did not change in the slightest.
Dude, what is your facial cream? What's your what actually no, what's your boneless cream makeup you use? Like I need to get some of that. Court is now in session for the trial of Shady Enigmar. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh my gosh.
Bask in the glory.
Honestly, I prefer this jacket. This is a great jacket.
Bask in the glory of 17-year-old Klavier.
Let me look at Klavier again so I can see what his original jacket is. Am I speaking?
Oh.
No. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Is the prosecution ready?
I was just thinking, is this what all the fuss is about? Bit of a buzzkill, really.
Buzzkill? Is this some new kind of crime?
Judge. One of the worst. This is a trial, yeah? Where are the sweaty palms, the pounding hearts? Our Gavin's concerts got 10 times the thrill this gig's got.
Oh!
What?
So I looked at Klavier, right?
Yep.
He wears the same jacket. He just put something on top of it.
Oh.
He puts like an actual like suit jacket on top of that regular shirt.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it was actually really cool. I just noticed that myself.
Cool.
Who are you again?
Klavier, Gavin. I came to get the party started. Legally, yeah?
Gavin, defense attorney, Christoph Gavins?
Figures my bro's more famous in this part of town.
Klavier Gavin. Lead singer for the mega hit Band for the Gaviners. You're out of your league, Rock Boy.
I know what you're thinking. You're out of your league, Rock Boy.
No.
True, my debut single 13 Years Hard Time for Love went platinum overnight. But that's just a hobby to me compared to this, yeah?
Talkative, aren't you? I like your affected Euro rock accent, by the way.
I'm just getting warmed up. Yeah, tell me, right?
Air.
It's German.
I know. Perhaps you would be so kind as to fill us in on the case.
Achtung, baby. Time.
What? That was just loud in my ear. That was
I am so sorry.
Brilliant. That was brilliant. No, don't apologize.
Time to call the opening act. What was his name again? Yes. Detective Gumshoe. Hit it. I totally forgot Gumshoe was in this part.
Gumshoe's here!
And you are?
Oh, wait, did I voice the Gumshoe or did you?
You can take him.
I'll take it. I'm trying to think Brooklyn. That's not gonna work. You were the one who called me up here, sir. Name's Dick Gumshoe. I'm a homicide detective down at the precinct. Detective Gumshoe, long time no see.
This is canonically.
Hey, you!
This is canonically the latest he shows up. He doesn't show up in Dual Destinies or Spirit of Justice, and I'm sad about it.
Huh, me? Today's the day, pal. Today I win and you lose.
He looks really weird in this art style compared to how he looks in the original trilogy.
Let me see. Detective Gumshoe.
I think it's the fact that the lines are colored.
Oh, I see what you mean. I think it might be the lighting.
Yeah. He looks pretty good in investigations, though.
But I got confidence in my testimony today, see? What? You don't really lack confidence in your testimony.
How detective? This is my stage. Can the antics?
Huh?
All this hey-youing and such. I could care less about our history together.
Ugh. Very well, Detective Gumshoe, if you would. Please tell us about the case at hand. It happened 6 days back, in a room at the General Hospital.
Fun fact, all of this music is from the original trilogy.
Big nice. The facts are as simple as they come. Here's the crime scene. The victim was a patient asleep in a hospital bed.
I'll let you examine this real quick.
Alright, there's a gun, so maybe somebody tried to make, hey, suicide note. But no, look at his hands. His hand's on the ground, not where the gun is, so therefore it can't be that. There's a clown with a bullet wound inside of it. Also, there's a bullet wound in his head, I just realized, after I noticed the clown. It looks like he's supposed to get IV through him, but the IV is not even in his body. It's into the side of the pillow. And I know, I've been to the hospital. I had to go to that for like 2 weeks, a week. So that should be in his, at least right where his elbow should be.
Or in his hand.
Or in his hand, yeah. It looks like either a shot that's already put inside of him right there, because look at that, that little black label there is just indicates to me that it's emptied, so it should already be put inside of him. Looks like he was writing a note, but somebody torn it.
Well, I guess technically...
Unless it's already an empty thing, then somebody was supposed to grab medicine first,
lighting.
and then...
I think it's just the lighting, because it is a little back.
That is true.
And then... Like a case here.
I'm assuming that's like a med kit? Or like a notebook?
Yeah.
No, notebook kit.
What do you mean?
I don't know, I think I noticed a lot. Because like, I think that looks like a piece of like sticky notes or something.
I mean, this entire case is sort of delegitimized by the fact that the a heart monitor has a time on it, but we'll ignore that for the sake of drama.
Hey man, the killer comes in, puts a pistol to his forehead, and bam, lights out.
Brooklyn accent, baby.
Brooklyn, eh? Them is the facts.
Yeah, okay.
Very well, case closed. Not so long ago, the victim Magnifique Gramarye was a famous man. Ooh, look at that. Yeah.
He's got the cat standing on its tail.
Sorry, I just pictured him like going down to flirting with somebody, right? And then just makes that pose right there. You come here often? He had the entire country under his magical spell, as it were.
Ah yes, the great magician. He retired years ago, though. Say the name Magnifique to one of my generation, and you'd be lucky to get a blank stare.
Yes. Though I'm sure the youngster today know his disciples even better. I dare say Troop Gramarye has made quite a name for themselves.
Oh, they've got a demi-fiend hat.
What? What is...
Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne.
I heard Demi, and it makes me think immediately of Demigod.
The main character is basically half demon.
Nice.
That's why he's called the demi-fiend.
Oh!
It's like how Quasimodo means partially formed. Demi is partial as well.
Got it.
It's a cool snapback. Anyway.
Anyhow, the retired Magnifique been in the hospital for the last year. What was it?
Babby pin of him too.
A mall ignorant tutor or something? Doing something to his liver, I think. Yeah, something like that. A malignant tumor, perhaps?
In other words, he had liver cancer. He had only 3 months left to live, in fact.
Dude, he's just like me when I had liver failure. The facts do seem simple enough. But something's not right.
The victim was already climbing a 3-month stairway to heaven. Why not wait for him to knock on heaven's door? Why should
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Oh, I gotta mute real quick. Someone's... Alright, my dad's calling me for something. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, Klavier is basically just an excuse for them to make music puns. Why not shoot him?
Alright, I am back. Sorry about that, he just needed to tell me something. I think Alright. I wouldn't have put it quite so lyrically, but it's true. Why make the effort to commit murder when the victim was about to die anyway? Incidentally, the victim had a serious case of diabetes. Diabetes?
In fact, he was about to shoot up with insulin when he was shot with a pistol. The syringe was found at the crime scene. Chronic diabetes and cancer. As much as it pains me to say it, the victim was clearly at the end of his life.
True. See, look, now in this image, look, you see, it's already been rigid. It's already put inside. Because the black thing's all the way at the end.
Huh.
So did he already get his dosage of insulin, or is that just a design detail that, or something? I don't know. Small syringe added to the court record. I believe the question before is clear then. Why did the killer have to shoot this dying man? What reason could he have had?
Very well, detective. Perhaps you can enlighten us as to the circumstances of the shooting.
Yes, sir.
The circumstances.
Actually, the victim kind of ordered the defendant to do him in. A few days ago, before it happened, the victim sent a letter ordering his own murder. Murder. Defendant did what? I brought you murder.
Murder! Judas!
Murder!
Judas! No! I love that line so much.
The defendant did what was asked of him and shot the old man in the forehead. But why leave the gun? Wouldn't there be prints on the gun?
They wear gloves.
Like a glove?
They all wear gloves.
I'm stupid.
Their uniform has gloves.
Oh, fair enough. The bullet was fired from the pistol found at the scene, no doubt about it. And the pistol definitely belonged to the old man, sir. What? You're saying the victim ordered his own shooting? Isn't that just...
Those are the facts. I have here the letter in question.
Huh. Magnifi's letter. Very unusual indeed.
Do you want me to pull up the court record so you can look at it?
Yeah, I want to look at it. That disappeared quick. Huh. To my beloved student, Zach, to trust you, I entrust the task of lowering my life's curtain. Come on the 13th, 11:05 p.m., I'll ready a gun with which you will shoot one shot square in the forehead. You cannot refuse, and we both know the reason why. Okay, so why are we in trial then? Why, we got the evidence that somebody killed him, right? But it was his choosing. I mean, like...
I don't know.
Why are we on trial for this? Hey, case closed. Hey, he decided to kill himself with a friend, extra steps, whatever. Why are we on trial for this? It's just weird to me. Although, could such a thing as a letter really cause someone to pull the trigger? I wonder.
I believe the answer to that question can be found at the end of the letter.
Oh, you thinking blackmail?
Yeah.
Ah, you cannot refuse, and we both know the reason why. Detective Gumshoe, can you explain this to the court? Unfortunately, the defendant won't say a peep about that bit, sir. One thing's bothering me about this. Why didn't he just say 11? Why haven't come at 11:05 without some specific reason?
The devil is in the details, I'll tell you.
Well, was there some reason?
As it turns out, there was. Every night for a half hour, starting at 11, the victim, Magnifique Gramarye, was given an IV.
An IV? Nope, it's right there. There it is, the picture off to the side of the bed.
At 11, a doctor would come to set up the IV. 30 minutes later, he would come back for the empty bag. This happened every night without fail.
So that was the only time they could meet without the chance of an untimely interruption. During his IV. Are we gonna come in like 11:15? 11:10? 11:20?
You'll see.
Very well, shall we begin? Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, if you would. What's this reason he couldn't refuse it? Could have at least mentioned it to me.
Yeah, Phoenix... I hate to say it, but...
He's
you look weird. But do we really know he did that?
That's true. Do we know that? Or do we know that he requested it? How can you be so sure? Hey, you gotta learn to stop relying on people to do your thinking for you, pal. Learn to think for yourself. Get that noggin cracking. Cranking. You fail to grasp the concept of questioning, detective.
This spread in particular is just weird.
His hair, for me, it's his hair is a little bit weird. It just droops down.
I think it does that in the original sprites as well. His face is not illustrated properly there.
Well, first we got this letter. It says shoot in the forehead, loud and clear. I can see that, but I still wouldn't do it. Well, maybe you need to grow yourself a backbone, pal. You failed to grasp of the concept of shooting people in the bad head. It's bad, detective. We also found the pistol at the scene. Defendant's pistol.
Traces of gunpowder residue shows that it had been fired recently.
Well, Mr. Wright. As far as I can see, as I can tell from the looking at that, I can't speak today. As far as I can tell from the looking at this photo, there seems to be no issue with the prosecution's claim. The photo maybe there's something in there I can leave. So they're saying the defendant shot the victim in the forehead. I want to say look at the IV, because wouldn't it be like in him already? So maybe like different time, wrong time. Somebody else did it. Also, you had to shot something else because it was the clown face. Look at this photo. Another possibility occurs to me. Yes? What does the letter tell us? That the defendant had a reason he couldn't refuse, his teacher's wishes. Bingo, pal. That's why the defendant popped him one in the forehead. Oh, the defense disagrees. You see, the defendant had another choice he can make.
Objection!
What? And you can prove that with this photo?
I can prove he had a choice, yes. The defendant might have fired like he was ordered. But he didn't shoot the victim's forehead. Well, let's hear what you're thinking, Mr. Wright. If he didn't shoot the victim's forehead, what's the defense? Well, you got
we
the,
all know it was this.
Yep, there's that. I still want to call out, unless they took out the IV because he's already dead, why waste the IV at that point? That's fair. Never mind. Thought about it. I just thought about it. The clown doll? Take a closer look. See? It's been shot in the forehead, too. There's a hole in its forehead. Yes, and a hole in the prosecution's claim.
Objection!
And I suppose you have a reason as to why he'd shoot the clown doll?
He didn't just shoot the doll, he shot the doll's forehead. Ah! He shot the doll's forehead.
His forehead? Ah.
Let's read the orders once more, shall we? You will shoot one shot square in the forehead. Which is exactly what he did. He shot the clown doll square in the forehead. The defense has raised an intriguing possibility. That hole in the clown's forehead, it definitely looks like it was shot. Bailiff, send someone to investigate this matter.
Objection!
I admit I'm impressed, but I expect nothing less. Still, this doesn't mean he didn't shoot the victim.
Objection!
Perhaps he did have to shoot a forehead as ordered. But the letter says nothing about whose forehead. This was the only way he had to follow his orders without taking a life. The bullet hole in the clown's doll's forehead does demand an explanation. It might very well be a clue. Yet, Prosecutor Gavin is right. It alone does not prove the defendant's innocent. You cannot say for sure the defendant didn't shoot the victim.
So sorry, Mr. Wright. How sad it is to see the mighty fall.
how sad it is to see the novice's overconfidence. Does he realize just how big this little hole is going to get?
Don't take that out of context, please.
What? Detective Gumshoe. Oh, I just realized what you just... Okay then, please take this newfound fact into account as you continue your testimony.
Alright, let's go back to this.
Give me this pistol, the one in the crime scene photo. I just want to say, this is a very nice looking pistol.
It is.
That's the one. It's a funny looking gun, so there's no mistaking it.
Funny looking. It's so pretty.
It looks magnificent.
We compared the bullet taken from the victim's skull with a bullet fired from this gun.
Okay.
The rifling marks on the bullets were a perfect match.
So you verified the murder weapon, in other words. You bet we did. Now what makes us so certain it belongs to the man? Oh, it wasn't mentioned in the letter to shoot him, but why are you so certain? What pile of sand has your head been stuck in all this time, pal? You never heard of Zach and Valant's quick draw shoot 'em? Huh? What's that? One of the defendant's specialties. Oh, true. Zach and Valant stand on either side of a girl. Then they shoot. The bullets don't hit her. Instead, they hit everything else on stage. This is one of the pistols they use in their show. Got a great design, huh? The kids love it. True.
Many boys and girls joined the police because of that pistol, I hear.
You know, that would explain a lot about the police force. Troop Gramarye stopped doing that act a while ago. The old man held on to that pistol ever since. The court will the court would like to see the pistol in question. You got it, sir. Here she is. Well, this is truly a blast from the past. It's a strange pistol for magic shows, see? But it can fire real bullets. It looks so much bigger in real life than on TV. Yeah, but it can only hold one round. Ah, there's a problem. It's only one round. By the way, the pistol's firing chamber is empty. And it shows traces of having been fired recently. So, were any fingerprints on the gun?
Unfortunately, no. Of course, the defendant is known for wearing gloves. We might say
So
that
true.
a lack of fingerprints is, in fact, a fingerprint of its own.
Sorry, joking for a second. Intriguing point. Well made. Whoa, 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 whoa. Not well made, not intriguing. In any case, the court accepts this as evidence.
Awesome.
My grandchild would get a kick out of seeing this. But now it's time to return to our testimony. I want to see his grandchild.
So what if he shot the clown? He still shot the victim, pal. Okay.
Nope. Nope.
So...
Objection. The trickiest cases often seem the simplest. Prosecutor Gavin, you missed a bullet hole in the clown's head forehead. If you hadn't missed that, you might have come to a very different conclusion. Understand? Yeah, but like I just said, pal. After he shot the clown in the forehead, he went in.
Objection!
Did nothing of the sort to the victim. The pistol proves he could not. A murder weapon? How? It's quite simple, Your Honor. This pistol only holds one bullet at a time. If he had shot the clown in the forehead, he could have shot the victim too. Yar!
That's not a contradiction. Not even close. All he had to do was reload the pistol after the first shot.
Objection!
Oh, where did he get the extra bullets? They're not so easy to come by, you know. If you claim the defendant had one ready, then prove to us how he got it.
I had a feeling this wasn't over yet. No, this party's just getting started. And I haven't proven anything yet beyond my good looks and startling record sales.
Oh my gosh. And an utter lack of humility. Gosh, I need to clear my throat. What's this? It seems that the prosecution has another witness prepared.
Like I said, our detective was just the warm-up act. Now that the audience has gotten a taste of what's to come, they're ready.
Ready for what?
For my decisive witness, of course. A witness who you will find can prove one thing for us. That it was Gramarye who shot the victim in the forehead.
Very well. We'll pause for a 15-minute recess. This might be my lucky break. I'll need that 15 minutes to talk to my client, Zach. Court is adjourned.
I do actually have to go to the bathroom, so,
Fair enough. To be continued. Alright, I'll entertain. I'll entertain while you're out.
Okay.
Okay. So once there was a ship that was put to sea. The name of the ship was the Billy of Tea. Something about the ship blowing down, and then hear my bully boys blow. Then soon may... Alright, we're gonna play terribly, alright? What we're gonna play is a little bit of Mario. God damn it. Alright, that's enough of that. Now for my next trick. Alright. I'm gonna tell a poem by Robert Frost. Robert Frost poem. Alright. And the poem we're gonna say is The Rose Family. Ooh, it's got a pretty rose. I like it. The rose is a rose, and was always a rose. But the theory now goes that the apple's a rose, and the pear is, and so's the plum, I suppose. Dear only knows what will next prove a rose. You, of course, are a rose, but we're always a rose. That's actually really nice. Nice. Let me think. What else? Oh. Oh, I'm gonna grab a book of dad. No, it's for the spirit of fathers. Let me look up dad jokes. Dad jokes. 300 best dad jokes that will make anyone laugh. Okay, and groan apparently. What kind of shoes do frogs wear? Open-toed sandals. Okay. Oh wait, I actually got one. This one I already know. What does a baby computer call their father? Data. Let me see what else we got. Hold on. Let me what else we got. Oh wait, let me open my YouTube for a second. All right. Alright, let me see. What happened when two slices of bread went on a date? It was loaf at the first sight. Why do crabs never volunteer? Because they're shellfish. No, I love that. They're shellfish.
What's it called when a snowman throws a tantrum?
What? Hi.
A meltdown.
A melt.
Back to the game.
Yeah. While you're gone, I played them a short bit of Mario music with my guitar.
Nice.
I sang poetry. I didn't sing poetry. I did poetry, and then I just looked up dad jokes.
April 19, 11:21 a.m. So they were going for like 2 hours? Okay. Or
Fair enough.
Very impressive, Mr. Wright. I have to say, I expected nothing less.
Well, we've only just begun. I just want to say, every time I hear the word forehead, or I have to say it, I keep thinking about air forehead.
Hair forehead.
Head forehead, and I'm like, nope, that's not. Nope, I'm Phoenix right now. I was hoping you could tell me a bit more about what happened, actually.
I did not think you would believe me if I told you. Better that you discovered the truth for yourself. I was thinking of you, you know?
Aw, thank you. I think we need less thinking and more talking. That night in the hospital. What really happened?
Ah, the way your eyes gleam, Mr. Wright. You scare Trucy.
Speaking of which, where is she?
You have seen the problem yourself. The letter.
The one shot in the forehead one, right?
Yes, and the reason he speaks of. I could not deny my mentor's wishes, even if it meant my own death.
What? Why not?
This is something I will not say. For now, at least.
What's this for now business?
I have done many things in my life. Some well, some poorly. But this is a cross we must bear alone to our graves.
We?
You wanted to know about the night of the incident?
Oh, I just thought of something. Oh, my brain. I'm sorry. I just thought of something. Remember when we were given a letter or a piece of paper with writing on it?
Yeah?
I just remembered that eventually we're gonna come across something of the source that is forged because of what happened to the girl that the girl did like 7 years. The girl sent us.
Yeah?
I just remembered that. Oh, I just remembered that. Oh, anyway, sorry about that. It just clicked in my head.
Okay.
Finally, this guy sure likes to take his time getting to the important stuff.
Of course, I had no intention of shooting my mentor.
Better not.
I snuck into his room that night at the appointed time. And found there upon his bedside table 2 pistols.
Two.
Puts up Axel meme where it's like 2 from
Two?
from Kingdom Hearts 2.
2?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's more than 1!
Yes. The one I had used on stage. And the one that had been used by my partner, Valant.
Oh, for the Zack and Valant quick draw thing.
My mentor had the look of one sleeping. I stood by his bedside, hearing only the light sound of his breathing. Then I took the pistol into my hand. I cannot deny that my resolve faltered then for a moment.
You faltered. You mean you thought about shooting him?
Recall there was a reason I could not refuse his request. His last such request, though not his first.
So, there were other requests you couldn't refuse before?
To be honest, I've not always been steadfast, and I fear I've brought pain upon Trucy.
Was Magnifique coercing the disciples somehow?
It was more like blackmail, but sure, we'll call it that.
I hope he wasn't trying to blackmail, because you mentioned Trucy. I hope there was nothing related to Trucy. Otherwise, it's a good thing he's dead. Just what was going on in Troop Gramarye?
Yet, in the end, I did not shoot him. Instead, I turned and shot the clown. I took the pistol I had fired and placed it in my pocket.
Amen, sister. In your pocket?
Yes, I have a holster. Do you not see it right next to me?
I was hoping that was a tape measure.
I believe if you examine the bullet in the clown's head, you will find it to be different than the one in my mentor. What were those called?
Rifling marks?
Yes, well, that is all I have to tell you concerning the case.
Concerning the case? You mean there's something else you could tell me, but you're not going to tell me?
You are a fascinating man, Mr. Wright.
Thanks.
Yes, there is something. My mentor. His eyes opened.
What? Magnifique Gramarye?
The old devil. He was not asleep, you see. Of course, the gunshot would have woken him anyway.
Fair enough.
And there we had our last discussion as mentor and pupil. It was not a long discussion. Maybe 5-10 minutes or so.
What are you all talking about?
Mr. Wright, did I not just tell you? It does not concern this case.
Zack Gramarye, he's pretty steadfast to me, or maybe just stubborn.
Mr. Wright, your presence is requested in the courtroom.
I don't wanna!
Once again, I am in your hands.
Right, let's go back in there.
Yes, let's.
Bloody hell. Court is now back in session.
During our recess, a bullet was found in and dug out from the clown's head.
Amen, sister. Well, this is news, and the rifling marks.
There wasn't time to do a detailed analysis. Though they did find the weapon type matches the murder weapon. The murder type.
Well, that's not very conclusive, is it?
Which is why I'm about to call my very decisive witness.
Your decisive witness. How many times have I heard those words? Though they often turn out to be far less decisive than you think.
Oh, don't worry on my account. I'm quite confident this witness will do the job. After all, he is intimately acquainted with the players in our little production. Being the other half of Gramarye's famous duo, Zack and Valant.
Valant Gramarye? So we get to meet the great Magnifie's other disciple.
Hello, handsome.
Oh, I gotta play as younger him. Gosh.
Perhaps we'll start by asking your name and occupation.
Alright, hold on. Let me think for a second. How do I do... Valant Gramarye. Magician.
Fun fact, this was designed first, and then his aged up version was designed later.
Well, they're both hot.
Yeah, they are.
I'm
I'm not even disputing you on that.
What?
I'm not even disputing you on that. They are just hot.
Listen. There's... No, never mind. And you're a decisive witness, are you? You're the bleep, bloop, 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 are you? You can prove your fellow students, your partner's guilt? Wait! The grand illusions! Filled with traps and tricks! Wait. The shooting took place in the hospital after 11 o'clock at night. You're a witness? Does that mean you were there that late? If one were to deduce this logically, the conclusion is yes! Okay. I always get the characters, don't I?
I have an interesting fact for you. You see, several days before the crime, my witness received this.
That looks very familiar. Wait. That's the same letters that Gramarye received. Yes, or perhaps I should say, ta-da!
He's so dramatic.
Order, I say. And what does it say? Surely not the same thing.
Perhaps you should see for yourself.
To my beloved student Valant, blue, blah, blah, blah. So square in the forehead, blah, blah, blah. Reason why.
11:20.
Oh, so that's why he couldn't do it at 11:05. Had it been 11:20. He had more than one, so you gotta even it out. So it might. So you know what? It could have been the female who did it. I forgot her name.
Oh, she's not part of this.
Oh, never mind then.
She's
Why
his
is
daughter.
practically the same? Why is practically the same? The court accepts this into evidence. Yippee! That only just proves that he shot him then. This is the most unusual. Exactly what was going on with you folks? What exactly was your trip Gramarye up to? Ha! By which you mean? I'm just having trouble envisioning a man who would ask his students to kill him. Both of them, no less.
It's just my opinion now, forehead. Judge. Too early.
Hey,
But-
just because I'm bold, I don't, ugh.
You have only a forehead. But from these letters, I'd say he was coercing them, not asking them.
That reminds me when people say, make that joke, I'm not losing hair, I'm growing forehead. Ha! We walked the magician's path together, and in so doing, shared much of our lives. When people are so close, they're the strain, a warping of relationship. relations, words, you might say. I need to read what he says first before I say it. Yeah, this has nothing to do with the case at hand. By which you mean you're not going to tell us. Which makes me wonder even more about this reason they couldn't refuse. Well, let's get on with the testimony for starters. The defendant, Zach Gramarye, stands accused, and tell us why. Oh, well, I'll do more than that. For where he walks, the red roses rise, singing hymns to the miracle that is magic. Fascinating. Though I hardly need to remind you that the evidence could just as clearly point to you as the suspect. The letter, the murder weapon, and now the 2 bullets found at the scene. In fact, the only difference seems to be designated time. As every magician knows, timing is everything.
Yes. And now it's time to get this party fired up.
Amen.
The night of the crime.
Crim. I don't do crime, I do crims.
They're like tiny crimes.
Yeah, I do crims. I don't do crimes. Is this really a crime? No, he asked for it. It's a crim. That night, I visited the hospital room at the time Magnifique requested. Oh my. We're good. Smell of gunpowder hung in the room, and my mentor had taken his final bow. I did not imagine my fellow student might have received the same instructions. Yet a deal with the dead is still a deal. Death's sweet kiss I gave to the clown. I informed the doctor and the police. So they're both. So he's trying to aim that he's the one who did the clown.
Yeah.
Not the other way around.
Yeah.
Bro,
Bro, these intergroup rivalries are definitely interesting.
Yep. So you were the one who reported the crime.
Getting a bit out of hand.
Indeed, I would think. This fact alone would clear my name of suspicion. No, have you played Among Us? People do this all the time.
Self-reporting.
Self-reporting is a thing. Let's not jump to any conclusions. Yes, the cross-examination generally comes before the conclusions in this court. But if your testimony proves to be true, then the defendant, Zach Gramarye, is guilty. And if it wasn't Zach Gramarye, then the killer was you, Valant. You backstabbed bit.
No, for real.
And no disappearing act will get you out of that. I'm gonna go deep in this real quick.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be right back. 1 second.
Hey.
Alright, I'm back. And I brought tissues. So I don't have to leave. There are 2 bullet holes at the seam.
Just don't blow into
Yeah.
the mic.
No, I'll just mute myself when I do. There were 2 bullet holes at the scene, one in the victim and one in the clown. You're saying that one who shot the clown was you. Ha! No doubt. My partner Zach had said much the same thing. Yeah, but because whoever didn't shoot the clown committed the murder. better dig around here a bit more and see what I turn up. Mr. Valant, let me ask you something else concerning the crime scene, namely.
We know 2 of these.
The number of pistols? Because for him, there have only been 1.
Yeah.
How many pistols were there when you entered the room? By what you mean what precisely? 2 pistols were used in the Zack and Valant quick draw shoot'ems, correct? 1 for each of you. You were well informed, yet only 1 of my old friends sat in the hospital room that night. What does Zack tell me back in the lobby?
We literally just did this, but I'll read it anyway. Of course, I had no intention of shooting my mentor. I snuck into his room that night at the appointed time, and found there upon his bedside table 2 pistols. I took the pistol I had fired and placed it in my pocket.
That's what they all say, buddy. That's what they all say.
Is that a pistol in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me?
Can it not be both? Goddamn. I see no problem with that statement. Only 1 pistol is visible in the photograph of the crime scene, after all. So you picked up that pistol and fired it? Indeed I did. Alakazam, alakazing, alakaboom. The number of pistols really so important?
Yes.
Quite important. The number of pistols is quite important, Your Honor. Very well. Please add this detail to your testimony. What can I do? What can I do but obey?
Only
Can we
1
question
pistol,
about
huh?
it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Objection!
Bro.
According to the defendant, Zack Gramarye, when he entered the room, there were 2 pistols on that table. 2. One of those pistols he used to shoot the clown in the forehead. Then he left with it in his pocket.
Of course, this is what he would say. Unlike the hapless clown, we must assume our defendant had some brains in his head.
Well, what about what Mr. Valant has told us? You see, there's something about his testimony that doesn't make any sense. What might that be? What might that be? I told you, I took the pistol that was there and shot the clown.
You know,
Boom.
I keep forgetting just how
Dead.
insanely buff he is. Look at
His
look at
cape
the
hides it.
Look at the cape. No, like actually, look at the cape.
Yeah, but I'm looking at the his left side. That part hides his buffness, but yeah, when you look at his right side.
God damn.
Funny, like, what's your workout routine? Help me out.
Magician training.
Magician training? Dude, I need to get some magician training. I told you, I took the pistol that was there and shot the clown. Boom, boom, dead. That's your story, at least. Huh? But the rifling marks tell a very different story, Mr. Valant. Recall what the prosecutor Gavin told us.
We compared the bullet taken from the victim's skull with the bullet fired from this gun. The rifling marks on the bullets were a perfect match.
Mr. Valant, if you fired this pistol, then you shot the victim in the forehead.
He's so brave.
Order, I say. Well, this is all rather sudden.
Objection!
What have I done?
Prosecutor Gavin?
I owe the court an apology. Sorry.
Sorry for what?
You see, I was unaware that 2 of these unique pistols were crafted. The analysis of the rifling marks only proved the type of gun that fired them.
Objection!
No, hold on. But that's not what you told us before. You said you just verified the murder weapon.
Which is why I'm apologizing to you now. Quite sincerely, I might add. Would you hold me accountable for a mistake made in my youth?
Yes. That was just this morning.
I am still young, you know. And I might add, it wasn't really my fault. If the defendant had only admitted he took 1 pistol from the scene of the crime, we would not be having this pleasant discussion now. Okay, I gotta say, this exchange is very funny to me. I love it so much. He's just like, I'm
sorry I made a little mistake, but I'm just
a
young little lad.
I am 17 years old.
I'm just a 17-year-old. I just picture. I'm sorry, when I'm doing that voice, I just picture him putting his two index fingers together. I'm a little 17-year-old. I'm just. I made a little mistakey wakey.
Ooh, right. Ooh. Okay, that sucks.
Okay. Valant, Gramarye. Yes, Your Honor.
I didn't realize how sculpted his cheeks are. Holy shit.
I gotta see his cheeks again. Not out of context. You were presented to this court as a decisive witness, but you've proven to be more divisive. God damn it. Divisive than decisive.
Objection!
Dude, I have such a problem with words. Like literally, I went to a makeup store with with my friend, right? And I read the word brow, but I read it as a B-R-O-W. Oh, it's bro. What is bro?
It's brown.
And then it just hit me out of nowhere. It's like, oh my gosh, it's eyebrows. How in the world did I mistake? The English language. Damn it.
You'll see in
Sorry,
time.
I plead the fifth.
The testimony so far has merely been a review of the facts. The proof comes next.
Care to elaborate, Prosecutor Gavin?
When Mr. Valant entered the hospital room, the victim had already been shot. As his next testimony will prove, Wright, the real fight is about to begin.
Bring it. Very well. The witness will now testify to the court. Help us determine who shot what. Ha! I arrived in the hospital room at that appointed time, which is to say 11:20 p.m. Just say that. As discovered in the body, I fulfilled my obligation, then called in the doctor. Doctor who? The doctor examined the body before the police arrived. He was quite clear about the time of death, 11:10 p.m. And the one in the courtroom, at that time was my partner, not me. Those times are rather close, you have to admit. You're talking about an alibi established over a matter of minutes? To use a 10-minute discrepancy as the basis of your alibi? Thank you.
It is easy to explain in this situation, Herr Judge. For example, Take on debut hit single, 13 Years Hard Time for Love. Cue to the song, press the play button, and it will play for 2 minutes 15 seconds. Do it 100 times, the result is the same.
What? Their debut single was only 2 minutes and 15 seconds long? What a ripoff.
Magic is a world of utmost precision. Hocus Pocus requires admirable focus.
God damn it.
And in the time of death determined by the doctor, there is an incontrovertible truth.
Mm-hmm. Very well, the prosecution warns us that we're dealing with rather precise times, and we can expect the cross-examination to require the same level of precision. Precision. Precision.
Precision, yeah. I would hope the defense refrains from its customarily broad, sweeping accusations, lest we blur the focus this case so clearly demands.
Point taken. Baseless remarks will result in a penalty. Carry on, Mr. Wright. Carry on. Right. Without the W. Yeah, 11:20.
Hold it!
I don't think I'm stepping out on a limb to say I have some doubts about this. How could a doctor be so precise with the time? We do only get an estimated time of death, true. I'm not sure I've heard of a verified time of death. The only way I could think of that is, like, you know, if he was hooked up in a heart monitor, if that heart monitor was timed, they could just see when his heart stopped. But I doubt it. Maybe. Magic revels in making the complex appear simple. But reality is the opposite. What appears complex in this case is a simple matter of subtraction. I see another person has done their arithmetic homework. Arithmetic. God damn it.
The point here is the IV the victim was taking. It's quite visible in the photograph of the scene. Recall what we heard earlier about the victim Menifee Gramarye's schedule. Every night at 11, Menifee took an IV drip for 13 minutes.
Oh, you see the IV bag right there, yes.
Now, look a little closer. Follow the tube down from the bag to the end.
See, I thought so! I thought that was weird. Ah, the needle's been removed.
Doubtlessly it fell out when he was shot. There's literally tape attached to it?
Yeah, no, there is. Dude, I moved around so much when I had that IV drip on me. Dude, there's tape to it. Come on. That would seem to be the case.
When the needle comes out, the IV no longer drips.
Ah, you could just measure the remaining IV liquid.
Precisely. The IV liquid functions, for our purposes, as an hourglass of sorts. What, was the heart monitor not working or something?
Exactly!
This is how the doctor determines the time of death. He could have just said the heart monitor turned off for some reason and made this case and justified why they had to use this stupid method. Whatever, it's fine. From the amounts remaining in the bag, it was determined that the IV had stopped 10 minutes after administration began. Okay.
Or maybe he just took it off? He wanted to die anyway, so might as well just take it off. And so it was when Valant entered that room. "10 minutes had passed since the horrible crime was committed, and this is proof." Well, Mr. Wright. Does that seem important? Yeah, I guess it's important for them. Yeah, it's important. Well, seeing how it is the biggest clue we have to the time of death, I disagree, but okay. I'd say it's very important. Agreed! It would be hard to imagine a more precise way to determine the time.
Heart monitor.
That's what I'm saying! Behold the power of arithmetic. Very well. The witness will add this detail to his testimony. I disagree full-heartedly. Okay. You got heart monitors. There's also you get your heart monitors. You got that little. I mean, what that thing is, the heart monitor. Never mind. Sometimes the most magical thing of all is the truth. Yeah, sadly, you're not very magical in that factor.
The water of life springs not eternal, huh?
Did you notice the IV yourself by any chance? Well, first I entered that room. That direct stench of gunpowder assailed on me. Assassin? Next, to mark a death upon my mentor's face. And then his left arm did I spy arose, drooping and wilted. This thorn, that discarded IV needle.
Knocked from the vein by the force of the shot. Luckily for you. If that IV had not been there, why, you might be a suspect.
Indubitably so. Indubitably, I would never have to say that word.
No, you know.
I might say it's thanks to my lucky color. It's actually a good thing because I trained myself to say indubitably.
Indubitably.
Indubitably, my good man. Your lucky color? Indeed. Even today I wear it proudly upon my suspect self. But it always, without fail, brings me luck. Why, when Zack and Valant won their first Magician's Grand Prix! I almost said pricks. Yes, the very one held by associations of international magicians. I was adorned in this attire then too, and our trophy a bust. Ah, what a day that was. This is one trip down memory lane no one needs. My lucky color? Yes indeed, and that IV too. I think 'twas hued especially for me, Valant. That does seem to be the case indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, any thoughts on this testimony? I'm not sure looks happy with himself. Okay, how about this lucky color testimony? It's not, but it's blue. It's not yellow.
So you would say there's a contradiction?
I would say there's a contradiction. It certainly sounds like your lucky colors brought you plenty of luck. But not this time. Mr. Valant, your lucky colors betrayed you. I'm afraid you've lost me. Your Honor, the witness testimony just now clearly contradicts the evidence. What? Please recall my warning about the please recall my warning at the beginning of this cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Baseless accusations will be duly penalized. I do hope this latest accusation is well based. Don't worry, I've got all your bases right here. I just realized how broad his shoulders are.
I don't know if it's just his suit or if he really is that broad, but still. That's a bit of a callback to the first case where he was like, I assure you, it's quite based.
Dude, wait, it's based?
It's all based.
Dude, based cross-examination.
Alright, so,
Very well, let's hear the defense's claim. Where is the evidence that contradicts what Mr. Valant has told us?
yeah, it's fucking green.
Yeah. The crime scene tells all, Your Honor. The photo of the crime.
All this talk of color has me yearning for black and white, clear-cut simplicity.
We're not in a noir film, buddy.
I wish we were in a noir film. At least then I could be the prosecutor I was always meant to be. I don't know what I'm talking about. Tell us, Sir Wright, just where's the contradiction in this photo?
My pleasure, and I assure you, it's quite simple. But I can't promise anything in black or white, of course.
Ha ha ha.
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. I have plenty to say.
Yeah, we know that this is
Yup.
It's fine.
Valant, Gramarye. Let's get one thing straight about your lucky color. It's yellow, yes? Kind of takes the mystery out of it, but yes. Something wrong with yellow, Mr. Wright? Yes, there is. Reminds me of mustard. Take another look at the photo of this crime scene. What's this? Ah! Confusion. Confusion, doubt tells us. What do you elderly eyes spy? Even my elderly eyes can see a problem here, Mr. Valant. Look at the IV bag. Well, this is yellow, and it's because the IV bag is fucking blue. So it just makes it look green. Ah! What is this? What foul magic? Sick. Magic seek. Magic! Yeah. It wouldn't be hard to call the IV liquid yellow. And I'm afraid no magic was involved in taking of this photo. Pelican, no!
I love that that's his...
My bunnies! My bunnies, no! Oswald, Furball, Snowflake, Butterball, get over here! Order, I say. What do you mean by all this?
This is some kind of mistake.
Yes, Prosecutor Gavin. Your witness's mistake. The greener they are, the harder they fall. I suppose there's no substitute for experience. Valant Gramarye, as you remind us several times, your lucky color is yellow, but the IV is clearly not. Well, I'm getting my voices mixed up. Whoops. This contradiction can mean only one thing.
Objection!
And to think, you almost had me. I see our true colors now, Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright. Okay.
Yes, thank you for saying my full title. Something you'd like to tell us, Mr. Prosecutor Gavin? As far as this court can tell, the witness's testimony does contradict the evidence. Yeah.
Yes, a contradiction. One that I shall be pleased to hand right back to Mr. Wright.
How do you mean?
How? Because the witness has made no mistakes. I agree, at a glance, the IV liquid does appear to a sort of greenish yellow. But I assure you, the liquid itself is quite yellow.
Yellow liquid? How can you say that?
Color theory, bitch.
As far as I can tell from this photo, it's green. Yeah, I figured they were gonna say this.
Yes, but what color is the IV bag itself?
The bag. Well, you mean the plastic looking one on the hook. It looks like I want to say a light blue.
Precisely. Figured it out, yes. Put a yellow liquid in a blue bag and...
You get green.
This, incidentally, is the liquid's true color.
Is that lemonade?
It's piss.
No! I see. Your explanation does have the ring of truth to it. I want more ice cream, but I couldn't. I need to save it. I don't get. It's rare that I get this. As I thought. There's no substitute for experience, Prosecutor Gavin.
What?
You may tell a good tale, but you've just proven something rather grave for you. That is.
Grave?
The liquid in the IV is yellow, yes. But how did this witness know that? It's quite unnatural when you think about it. You did think about it, didn't you? Your Honor, the defense requests an explanation from the witness. At the scene of the crime, the IV liquid appears to be green. So let me ask. How did the witness know the IV liquid was actually yellow? Oh my gosh! I don't know, maybe he knows simple color theory. What? Order, I say! That's right, you will explain this at once. The witness clearly knew the color of the liquid, IV liquid. I'm sure it means something, but what? I can think of only one possibility, Your Honor. The witness Valant Gramarye has testified that the IV liquid was yellow because...
It looks yellow.
It looked yellow. He knew the IV liquid's color.
Yeah, I agree with these words.
From the facts before us, the answer is clear. The witness knew that the IV liquid was yellow. Why? Because he's seen it before. But not inside of a blue bag. No, we see in this photo. He saw the liquid by itself in a clear, colorless bag. I suppose he would have had to, but I'm still not clear as to what all this means. Ask yourself, why would he know if he didn't work at a hospital? That's where you'll find your meaning, Your Honor.
Objection!
I'm afraid I find nothing. So what if you knew the IV liquid's color?
Leave the getting excited over absolutely nothing to our team about the fans, yeah?
Objection!
What even
Yeah,
is
yeah.
that like?
No idea, but I get it. Yeah, man. Sorry. The IV liquid is the only evidence proving the time of death. A 30-minute hourglass with 20 minutes worth of sand remained. Your claim, Prosecutor Gavin. I remember it well. However, there's a critical difference between an hourglass and an IV bag. Wait, I know. An hourglass uses sand, but an IV bag uses liquid. 1 second.
Judge.
Sorry, my dad's calling me. I'm right. Alright, back. My dad just wanted to tell me that we're having barbecue tonight.
Yummy.
Love barbecue. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I'm right? No, I'm right. With a W. As much as it pains me to say this, Your Honor, no. Unlike the sands through an hourglass, IV liquid enters the patient's body. At which point, like magic, it disappears. However, what if the amount of the IV liquid had increased? You couldn't tell, could you? After all, there's no way of knowing how much went in.
Objection!
Let me get this straight. Alright. You're saying the witness watered down the victim's IV bag?
No, not with water, but with an IV liquid. That's how we knew. That's how you know. That's how you knew the IV liquid was yellow. I almost said that line perfectly. Okay. Now wait. I said wait. How am I an amateur such as myself essay to perform such a task?
Objection!
I'm an amateur too, but I can pour water into a cup.
afraid there's quite a big difference between a cup and an IV bag. Quite. Can you prove our witness is capable of such a feat?
If he has a point, amateurs. I at least would have some difficulty pouring IV liquid into that bag. You don't need to be an expert to see the look on the witness's face. He added liquid to that IV to throw off the time of the death.
I tire of these fairy tales lacking evidence.
So, he's gonna get real tired in the future. Well, Mr. Wright, any solid evidence to bring us back down to Earth? Valant Gramarye. I'm afraid your magic won't serve you well in a life of crime. Might I ask what you're strongly suggesting? Magic relies on props, and props become evidence. Our witness was certainly able to increase the amount of IV liquid in the bag. And all he had to do was work a little magic, and the prop was...
What do you think?
Oh, the syringe!
Yeah. Has been washed and shows no sign of use.
Take that!
The victim's syringe. It's the perfect prop for the magically increasing IV trick. And easy enough for an amateur to use.
Objection!
What kind of evidence is that? The syringe was clean, not a trace of liquid in it.
Objection!
And don't you find that odd, Prosecutor Gavin? Yeah, because if it even had insulin, you could have identified insulin on it, no?
What?
The victim had the syringe to administer his insulin shot. There should have been traces of insulin left inside. Well, Valant Gramarye, as you pointed out yourself, the IV liquid makes the perfect clock. Other than the heart monitor, one that you can manipulate at will.
I think they're just ignoring the fact that the heart monitor exists for now.
Fair. Alagazah!
I love that.
So true. So true. Ooh. Sorry, I'm musing. I do believe well with this being the first. Being his first. That the burden of the trial has been a bit too much to bear for Prosecutor Gavin. No, don't worry, he's gonna act the same way in the future. I'm afraid that while there is a doubt as to the amount of IV liquid in that bag, the time of death cannot be proven. And that brings our trial to a close for today. Well, maybe I can squeeze an extra day out of this. Can do a little much needed investigation work.
Objection!
I see there are no objections.
Truly, there's no substitute for experience. Nothing blinds one to the truth so effectively. ... A word to the wise? Underestimate the young and they'll sweep your feet out from under you. In a way you never, ever expected. You see, I know exactly what you're thinking.
What are you talking about?
You say the witness used the syringe to manipulate the level of the IV liquid, but there is no proof.
There's no proof that he didn't do it either.
Yes, quite true.
He's admitting?
Nor was this witness quite as decisive as I'd hoped. This I admit. After all, why linger in the past when the future holds so much?
Indeed. You have something in mind, Prosecutor Gavin.
Proof, Herr Judge. I have another way to prove my case. With evidence, no less.
Oh my gosh. The diary.
Uh-oh.
What's this?
This is the victim Magnifique Gramarye's diary.
Diary.
After going into the hospital, Magnifique began writing his memoirs, it seems. The story of his birth, his startling debut, and of meeting his disciples. It seems he intended for the last chapter to end, quite appropriately, with his death.
Wait, that book doesn't say what the reason was, does it? The reason why his disciples couldn't refuse his last request?
Sadly, it does not. What's important here is on the last page. Apparently, the victim wrote in his journal that night, even after the IV had begun at 11 p.m. Let's read it, shall we?
Tonight's IV isn't, maybe the last. I leave the rest to them. The first should come soon. This journal may end here, or it may go on, but not long. That depends on his hand. All that is left to mine is to lay down this. This does appear to have been written just before his death. The court accepts this into evidence.
Written up to just before he died. Read the very last part with particular care. This journal may end here, or it may go on, but not long. That depends on his hand. Of course, by his, he refers to our defendant, Zach Gramarye.
That would make sense, yes. He was the first scheduled visitor after all.
But look what he said before that. This journal may end here, or it may go on. It may go on. Magnifique Gramarye intended to write again. That is, if Zach Gramarye didn't pull the trigger.
Okay. ...
I see the defense understands the meaning of this. The victim's diary does not go on. It ends. Because Magnifique's life was brought to an end by the defendant Zach Gramarye.
I beg to differ. Order! Prosecutor Gavin. Are you certain Magnifique Gramarye wrote this?
It's the same font and everything. There is no mistaking his handwriting. It is a very, very distinct font.
Well, this does seem to be significant. Very distinct indeed.
I am curious as to what the Japanese version of this is. I'll have to look into that.
Fair. According to this, Magnifique did intend to continue his diary. Yet his diary ended here, which plainly it did.
Since the one who pulls the trigger was the first visitor, Zach Gramarye. Well, how do you like me now, Wright? Still too green for your tastes? Hmm?
You're blonde.
Shut up.
No comment. Plead the fifth. You're blonde. Got him.
Shut up. ...
We still got that page that... First there was a rip page, and we got that other page that was given to us. I don't remember who. I think Trucy. I don't know.
It was Trucy.
It was Trucy. Okay, let's go. He's right. He's right about the diary being pretty clear. Still, I find it hard to believe that he'd overlook such an obvious problem with his precious evidence. Well, Mr. Wright? The witness's testimony we heard was lacking. But put together with this evidence, it seems quite sufficient for a case. If this diary is accepted like this, the trial is over. Maybe it's time for me to show them something. Show evidence.
Why Why am I getting this sinking feeling in my stomach?
This is where he's no longer to be an attorney. I'm left with no choice but to show my own evidence. What? You have some evidence that overturns this diary?
It's not too late to rethink this and avoid more embarrassment.
I don't get embarrassed, I get flustered. Very well. Please show us your evidence, Mr. Wright.
Incidentally, don't even think of showing us this diary I've just shown the court.
Oh, I'll do it.
Now that we've come this far, I hope you have something a little more decisive. Show us evidence that proves the victim continued writing his diary.
Alright, I'd be happy to. The decisive evidence proving that the diary didn't end with this page is this one. First, take a close look at this diary. Note that a page has been clearly ripped out. What's this? I didn't notice that at all. That's why we're so here. Talking about this. As it just so happens, I have here what I believe to be the missing page. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Looking at this page, it's hard to imagine that the first visitor that night shot Magnifique Gramarye. That's the defense's position. Wait, let me see that. It seems fate's clock will make me wait a little longer. At least only less than 10 swift minutes remain. To all those who have supported me in my life's work, I give thanks. Farewell. Magnifique Gramarye. What in the Sam Hill? What in the Sam Hill? Oh, it's Hill? I thought it was Hell.
No, it's Hill.
Whenever I say it.
Sam Hill.
I've always said Sam Hill whenever I say it. Damn. Why this is the continuation of the victim's diary. Note that the torn edge of the page. It's a perfect match with the torn remains of the last page in Magnifique's diary. Quite remarkable.
Would you care to explain what all this means, Herr Attorney?
The diary continued after his first visit came. Which means that the victim was still alive after Zach Gramarye left, leaving no one to take his life but this second visitor. Valant Gramarye. No! My doves! The handwriting too matches that on the other page. This is without a doubt the genuine article. Order, I say. But wait, that's impossible. That old man couldn't have written that.
Objection!
Finally. You just couldn't resist, could you, Wright?
Resist? Resist what? Any solid evidence?
Herr Judge?
Yes, Prosecutor Gavin.
Might I request we put the current cross-examination on hold? The prosecution would like to call a new witness.
But Prosecutor Gavin. This evidence overturns the current witnesses.
I ask only to put it on hold. Please, my new witness has a very, very important piece of testimony to give. "5 minutes, no more. I promise, Your Honor."
Well, you put it that way. Mr. Wright, what's your take on this? Well, Your Honor, judging from his enthusiasm, we'll have to hear this new testimony sooner or later anyway. So it might as well be sooner. Then though, this is highly irregular, we will put the current cross-examination on hold. The witness may step down. Now, Prosecutor Gavin, please bring the surprise witness to the courtroom. I had a bad feeling just then. The ripped-out page was too obvious. Must have known. And I should have known it was a bad sign all around. Oh! Is it old guy?
I'll voice him.
It's old guy!
Hey,
Holding trial with no audiences at first, even for me, Prosecutor Gavin.
I beg the court's understanding.
Why so colorful?
But I had to make a judiciary deal with the witness to secure his testimony.
A judiciary deal?
The details of his testimony may have some legal ramifications, shall we say. I thought it best to contain the information to this room.
Very well. You are the witness, I gather?
He's so cute.
I love him.
Yes, sir. State your name and occupation for the record. My name's Drew Misham. I'm a painter.
A painter? And you're somehow related to this case?
No, well, not per se. I have one simple question for this witness. Mr. Misham, was it? Do you know what this is? Oh, yeah. I know it well.
How's that possible? Have you seen this diary page somewhere before?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I made it.
What? You made it?
Yes, you might call it one of my works. The prosecutor's office received a tip-off yesterday. Illegal evidence has been prepared for the trial of Zach Gramarye.
Illegal evidence.
I initiated an investigation and found this witness. A painter to the world at large, Drew Misham has another side, you might say. He is skilled in making perfect reproductions of certain things. Forgeries, in other words.
Forgeries? Forgery? Well, so we are to understand that this page here is...
A fake. Prepared by a certain defense attorney.
Objection!
Hold it. I didn't prepare this evidence.
Objection!
Ah, the attorney speaks. Something about this page, I presume. But what is he saying? It makes no sense. After all, it was you who presented this evidence to us, Phoenix, right?
Witness, Mr. Misham, was it? Who requested this forgery? Who was your client?
Not...
Okay,
I don't know.
What?
Most of my clients prefer to remain anonymous. Even to me. I make the items they want and receive my payment. That's the extent of my contact with them.
Objection!
But, there's no proof this is fake. This is a fake.
It's a fake.
Huh?
To avoid just this sort of problem, I always put a special mark on my works. I can say, without a doubt, this is mine.
Alright. Okay then. Oh dear. Mr. Wright? You have just presented illegal evidence to this court. My court. It was careless. That's all I can say.
Oh, old boy. Here.
What's this?
I don't know, I just got it over there in the hall. They told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit with the spiky hair. They said it was really important.
It was all a trap, a fatal trap. Mr. Wright? Yes. Do you have an explanation for yourself? If I did, would the court hear it? Probably not. Forging evidence is a serious crime. And presenting it in court, a serious mistake. A fatal mistake for an attorney. So he got game overed.
Fatal too, perhaps, for your client, I fear.
Dot.
Tell me, what kind of defendant relies on forged evidence? The answer is quite clear. A guilty one.
Objection!
Your Honor, wait. I understand that presenting or forged evidence in the court is a serious crime. But you cannot hold my client responsible for actions I undertook as an individual. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. Your Honor.
Another close call, I dare say. If the prosecutor's office hadn't received that hot tip, everything would have gone the way you wanted it to, yeah? I even gave you a chance. Too bad you decided not to think before embarrassing yourself.
I see no further discussion on this matter. Special witness dismissed.
Mr. Attorney.
Yes?
Could I ask your name?
Phoenix Wright with a W.
Mr. Wright. I have seen and studied many people, but none like you. I'll remember you, Mr. Wright.
Cool? Question mark?
Yes?
Oh, because he does look at our future cases as well. Though I deeply regret having to declare a verdict this way. The trial is over. You have the right to find a new attorney and make an appeal. However, this court must...
Your Honor.
Yes, Mr. Sack.
There is one thing I wish to make clear. Today, in this courtroom, you cannot declare me guilty. It is impossible.
I am afraid the defendant is quite mistaken. I most certainly have the authority to declare a verdict on you.
Except, tell me, how do you plan on announcing your verdict when your defendant does not exist?
Doesn't exist? What are you talking about?
I am talking about this.
Now you see me, what?
Yeah!
Mr. Enigmar?
The defendant's escaped! Find him, quick!
Bailiff, close all exits from the building. So he literally left Trucy to get the milk?
Yeah! Happy
On the
Father's
double.
Day!
What the fuck? Happy Father's Day, I went to go get the milk. On the double. He must not be allowed to escape. That day in the court, miracle. The defendant, Shadi Enigmar, aka Zach Gramarye, did not just escape from court. He literally unbelievably vanished right before the bailiff's side. No one ever saw him again, not since that day.
This is the Gramarye miracle!
No verdict was declared.
He was right.
After all, the defendant didn't exist. That's how it happened. The trial of magician Zach Gramarye vanished along with him for all eternity.
This is so dramatic.
Hey, here's the noir film he wanted. The mysteries that remain behind were all solved, however, but not until 7 years later. To be continued? Oh my gosh! That's awesome.
Now, I may or may not have another section I want to do. It depends on whether or not you're feeling up to it.
I'm down. If one thing, I would want to grab something to drink real quick. Maybe like a little break.
Yeah.
Small break. Small break.
Okay.
All right. So let me go grab a drink and maybe like something to snack on real quick.
Okay. Same here, actually.
All right, we're back. Alright, I'm back. I have reappeared. I am no longer banished from the old abyss that we call the abyss. Oh no. I have got myself some buttered toast. Get something to drink. Don't forget to stretch. I got something to drink. I did not stretch yet. No, I'm gonna do a stretch. I'm gonna do a stretch. While we're at it, we're gonna watch the previous stream. If you want to watch the previous streams, go look at the Apollo Justice Ace Attorney playlist. Under this YouTube channel called Moon Knight Productions. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Duly noted, please do so. In any case, I'm going to watch the previous stream real quick.
baby.
And I've got food.
hello.
Hello.
Oh, were you back 10 minutes ago?
Yeah.
Oh, I was silent. I didn't see the message. Oh, I didn't get a message notification. Oh, I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. I've just been eating.
Oh, fair enough. I was just drinking my juice and I just finished my snack while I was waiting. My bad. I had wontons. Oh, and then I was watching a bit of last streams. Which also, I want to mention, your Apollo Justice Ace Attorney playlist is missing the previous stream.
Oh, thank you for telling me. I'll add that immediately
Yep.
after.
Yeah, and also this stream is we're on the number 13, not on number 12. Something else I've noticed.
I'll Wait, are we?
Hmm?
Shit. Well. How...
Zach Grammar. Sorry.
Yes, Zach Gramarye.
Zach Gramarye. This was a magic stunt I did.
I will fix the incongruity later. I promise. Anyway, shall we get back?
Right. Oh, absolutely. I can't wait. I'm assuming Zach Gramarye comes back.
Okay.
The trial 7 years ago was the beginning of it all. This, I know, was beyond a doubt. The mysteries of the past worked their magic on the present. But you'll soon be finding all of this out for yourself. So true. So unbelievably true. Which of Magnifique's Gramarye's disciples pulled that trigger? Where did the vanishing defendant Zach Gramarye go? What do you mean? He doesn't exist. What dark truth lurks behind the forged diary page? What about the girl who was left behind? Shoot, what happened to Trucy? Oh, we have no idea. Mason System, ESEG. What? The past left us these 4 keys to unlock the truth. But that's not all. There are 4 keys in the present as well. And when all the questions have found their answers, the final trial will begin. But first, you must chase the truth. Through then and now. Think of it as a game. What in the hoo-ha?
I, Phoenix Wright, will be your guide through this game. That terrible trial saw me present forged evidence. It ended half-finished when the defendant vanished. What became of me after that? As your investigation proceeds, the answer will become clear. Oh, and one more thing. There is something I must tell you. As Apollo Justice has his bracelet, so too do I have my own weapon of sorts. My Magatama.
Is this a 4th wall break?
This is, I really do not know what's going on with this.
Magatama.
What does it do, you ask? That I would have you see for yourself. Well, now, shall we begin? Use left button and right button to jump between past and present. But let's begin 7 years ago, in the past. It is right after my last trial came to an abrupt end. Now that you know the game, let's play. Where do you want to go first?
That's a great question. Anyway, anyone who's playing the game, you lost. Sorry.
You have lost the game.
The moment I heard the game, I'm like, haha, yes! Dude, my cousin hates that. We made a deal that I will never say it to her ever until her wedding day.
Ooh.
So I'm waiting till the wedding day to be like, oh, so Chriselle, the game. Let's go with
the game. Fuck you. Anyway, wanna see Trucy?
Yeah, let's see Trucy.
This is past Phoenix.
Oh, okay. The nightmare trial was over. The new nightmare of figuring out what had happened had just begun. I wanted to wake up to walk away.
When you
but I
walk
figured...
away, you don't hear me say...
I don't hear you say what?
Please, oh baby, don't go. Simple and clean is the way that you're making me feel tonight. It's hard to let it go.
Let it go.
That is actually KH3.
But I figured I'm the only one who could do this, probably.
Probably.
But besides, I had plenty of time. Thanks to the Bar Association review, board's decision. It's hard to work when your attorney's badge has been taken away.
Yeah, no shit.
Oh, I can probably handle a kid. Listen, no one's prepared to handle a kid.
Ooh, morning, Daddy.
Oh, I'm so glad you came. I'm gonna skip past this.
Ha 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 ha!
I am fine, as always. Yes, yes.
Morning, morning. That's so true. 2 weeks had passed since then. I called her into my office.
Middle of May. Oh.
Please don't look depressed. It hurts my heart. Trucy, there's something we need to talk about. It's been 2 weeks since your father disappeared. You need to start thinking about your future. I did some calling around. This is hard to say, but you have no living relatives. Wow, your mom is dead. That's unfortunate.
Dead as fuck.
So I was wondering if you wanted to stay with me for a while. Just until your daddy comes home. It won't be long.
Yeah.
7 years later.
Never. Yeah, just never.
Just never. I hope.
By the way, she's 8 here.
Oh, my dear baby child. Of course, it's totally your choice. If you don't like it here, you can go wherever you like. I can look up some places you might like to stay at. So weird. We get asked. Why did Uncle Valant take her?
Because he probably didn't want to? I don't know.
Asshole.
I don't think he's cut out for dealing with a child like that anyway.
Fair. Yeah, he looks much younger than the other guy.
Mr. Attorney, Daddy told me about you. He said I could trust you.
Huh? Really?
So, if I stay here, does that mean you'll be my family?
I guess so. Getting weirder.
Mr. Attorney?
Actually, don't call me. Don't you call me Nick. Nick! Why don't you call me Nick? Or you can call me Daddy if you like. It doesn't have to be today or anything.
Okay. Say, Daddy.
Okay,
That is too fast.
She took up on that. Very good.
That was way too quick. Okay, you go the 5 stages of grief fast.
If I move here, I have to switch schools, right? And I was thinking, I haven't paid for lunches at my last school for a year. So, thanks, Daddy.
Trucy.
You're lucky I'm a lawyer that has a lot of money.
Oh, and this
For now.
office? It's a little blah. A little color goes a long way, you know? Oh, and Daddy, you got fired from work, right? Don't you worry one bit. I'll work twice as hard. We'll make it through this.
He doesn't deserve her. He
I don't
doesn't deserve her
you.
at all.
Trucy, how old are you?
Oh, I'm 8. But don't let appearances deceive you. I'm a young professional. Stick with me and you'll do just fine, Daddy.
You're helping me cope. That's for sure.
It's a
You're my coping mechanism for being fired.
essentially yes.
Thanks. Why does it feel like she's already in charge?
Anyway, before we do anything, Charlie.
When Trucy... Oh, right, yeah, that's right. My mentor's favorite plant, Charlie. Charlie! Charlie bit my finger! I guess watering Charlie's my only real job now. Wait, I'm a child now. I can't feed Trucy like this. Probably needs more than occasional watering too, I'm guessing. Shoot, I haven't thought about this. Shoot, what do 8-year-old girls need? Food, water, shelter? But then when they grow up, they're gonna need more. As you can see, the hotel from the window here. Every time I look out, I think back of those old cases. What if the view looks different now that I'm not wearing my old badge?
I really dig the fire out of you, Daddy.
Thanks. Must have learned a lot of words from her parents.
That's all.
Okay.
So, Daddy, you got fired from being a lawyer, right?
You could at least kind of look aside or something when you say that. Actually kind of hard for me, for Daddy.
Oh, I'm sorry, Daddy. Wait, is that foolish pride? My other daddy always used to talk about that.
Actually that's pretty accurate.
So, here's my idea. We'll make a new office. Law just seems so stiff, doesn't it? And no one will be my friend at school that way.
Well, that won't do, I guess. We could find a legal way of making them your friends. We could sue their parent.
My dad's gonna sue you.
Yes.
My daddy's gonna sue you.
I just don't know I don't know much about anything other than law. Or even much about law if you were to ask some people.
Maybe the
I didn't
problem
want
is calling it an office. We should run an agency instead.
Let me just show off how tiny her sprite is. Hello? We love her?
Dude, it's so cute! You mean like a talent agency? Forgive me for asking, but doesn't that require... Oh wait, I think I said your line, didn't I?
No.
Oh, okay.
You're good.
That requires talent?
You got me, don't ya? I'm a professional.
You magic? Trucy, it says talent show.
A professional?
Yep. After all, I am directly descended from the famous Gramarye.
Directly descended, he's your father.
Oh, and now I'm directly descended from the famous Phoenix Wright too.
I think an 8-year-old just massaged my ego.
I love her so much.
Professional. So, Trucy, you're a professional?
Yes. It's like that thing they say. Baby frogs grow up to be frogs?
They say that?
This must have been a bungled Japanese saying or something.
I always thought it was funny though.
What was?
Aren't baby frogs called tadpoles? Maybe they thought it would be easier to understand that way for kids. How stupid.
Right, so in conclusion, you're a professional magician, Trucy.
That's right. Well, wanna see a trick?
You're going to do a magic trick? Please show me. Actually, I would like to see your trick. The future of the agency depends on it, after all.
That's the spirit. Ready? Here goes. Ta-da!
Hey folks, it's Mr. Hat. I gotta say, it's good to be seen.
We are! Whoa! Whoa, that was startling.
The amazing Mr. Hat. Isn't he great?
Your friendly neighborhood Mr. Hat, at your service.
So, if I remember correctly, you said that you think she based Mr. Hat off of her father?
Yeah, look.
So if I'm gonna get this right-
And everything.
True, so if I were to base this right, does she have it before her father passing? Or
Yeah.
going missing? Or did she make it within the 2 weeks and this is her coping mechanism?
I think she had it before.
Before.
It takes a
Okay.
lot of practice to do ventriloquy like that.
True. He certainly makes an impression.
Doesn't he? I'm so glad you like him, Daddy.
Though my routines do get a bit heady at times. Get it? Heady.
My friendly neighborhood Mr. Hat nearly gave me a heart attack. Luckily, I don't have high blood pressure.
The amazing Mr. Hat added to the court record. Wait a second.
Nice.
We don't have the badge anymore!
No, we lost the badge.
Yeah, we straight up lost it. Anyway,
Alright,
Daddy.
Could you tell me a bit more about your daddy, or Zach Gramarye?
Daddy? Sure thing, Daddy.
Which daddy was that again?
Daddy's so amazing. The biggest star of Troop Gramarye, and they're big.
The Gramaryes. They were on television a lot. Haven't seen them on much recently, come to think of it.
Big magic happens when you put Zach and Valant Gramarye together, you know. Once they made a giant waterfall right there on the stage. And this giant trout swam up the giant waterfall.
Did it become a Gyarados? Let me guess, there was a giant fisherman waiting for him at the top?
I wish I could have seen more of Daddy's magic.
I should have brought it up so soon.
I wonder what'll happen to me with Daddy and Mommy both gone.
Mommy? Yeah, what about Mommy? I haven't heard anything about Trucy's mother.
But I have my magic, and a great daddy, even if he is unemployed.
For now.
You know, I think things are going to be okay.
I wonder if she'll talk about her mother. Could you tell me about your mother, your mommy, if that's okay?
Mommy was so pretty. She was like an angel up on stage.
On stage? You mean with your daddy?
Yep. She was always there with Zach and Valant, smiling. Then she went away.
Oh, so she also went to get the milk.
It was a grand illusion, but she made a mistake. She vanished, and I guess she didn't know how to get back.
Oh, so like your father. Maybe so.
I cried then, a lot. That's when Daddy gave me this. Here.
You're muted.
I know, I'm sorry, my dad just came into my room. 1 second. Oh, sorry, my dad's just informing me he's got a business trip on Wednesday and he needs my help for the next couple days. Alright. This is your mother. She's quite stunning. She's quite beautiful. I mean, yeah, she is. I don't see the appeal, but I see what you mean.
Her name's Thalassa. Thalassa Gramarye.
Poor girl. I didn't know her mommy had gone missing. Now her daddy vanished too, right before our eyes.
Hey, Daddy, you won't...
Don't worry, I won't vanish, I promise. I may leave for a couple weeks, but I'll be back.
Right. You can't even do magic. You're like a backup plan. Daddy always said to have a backup plan.
What the fuck? I guess all I rate as is a backup plan. God damn. Okay. I was not expecting that, to be honest. I guess all I rate is a backup plan. I think that's probably enough for today. Sorry to ask you so much all at once like this. Like that.
It's okay. After all, we're family. I just hope you're ready. The Wright Talent Agency opens tomorrow.
What? But are we representing... What are we representing, anyone?
Me and you. That makes two, Daddy.
I think you need more than that to make an agency. Besides, you may be a magician, but I'm no talent.
Oh, I'm sure there's something you're good at.
Well, when you put it that way...
You mean you don't have any tricks? No old standbys? This will not do. A boy should always have a trick or two in his pocket.
Okay, I'll think of something.
That's the spirit. See you bright and early tomorrow, Daddy.
And thus he goes on to play piano.
Welcome to the team, Daddy-o.
The team. Right. Sometimes when magicians...
Yeah, this is you.
Okay, sometimes when magicians vanish, they leave something behind. That's how Trucy became Trucy Wright, with a W, my daughter. To be honest, I was pretty lost those first few days. Thinking back on it, it was a pretty dark time in my life. But Trucy, happy smiling Trucy, she was my light. Aww!
Literally so sweet.
I feel so bad for Trucy though. Her mom disappearing in a vanishing act, now her father disappearing in a vanishing act. I mean, that's gonna bring back some repressed trauma.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all I wanted to do today.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah.
Fair enough. The Digiverse.
So?
I quite like this. It was weird. It was funny. Going back in the past, seeing the previous, seeing Mr. Wright and stuff. I realized near the end that what I accidentally was doing was not doing my usual voice for Wright, but I sounded more softer than usual.
Oh.
Ah! The remote.
I guess that makes sense.
Yes. Yes. But I still those words. I suck at words. Going back to the past was weird, and then seeing Klavier,
Baby Klavier.
finding his footing. Baby Klavier. I still like that. I noticed that his shirt. He's just wearing a dress jacket, a suit jacket over his regular shirt. Yeah, I think this is great. This is great.
Yeah, there's a reason this is one of the most liked cases in this game. And it follows up right after one of the most hated cases in the game.
Switch something or spirit something?
No. Turnabout Serenade.
Oh, I don't see why that was hated much, really. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I will get those fixes immediately. If I remember to.
Yeah, I'll send you a message to remind you.
Okay, thank you. Anyway, again, thank you all for watching, and, as always, have a wonderful day.
Don't forget to drink water.
Don't forget to drink water. Bye-bye.